People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This is not your ordinary run-of-the-mill mama and papa missionary blogging. This is blogging that takes you up on top of the roof or under the cellar with mother hen and the little chickadees. There's a saying that goes something like that, well, a song. These streets do not love you. These streets do not respect anybody, especially this new generation. Gone are the days when certain volatile communities used to be governed by what them call Don. There was some semblance of order. Not going to say it is justified, but me just say, back then it was way different. In today's dates, these gangsters, especially in a place called GvNMEN, that every corner of a Don, every corner in a some sorts of dispute with some other corner. They are like volcanoes. They will lay dormant for a while, and then after that, it is EXPLOSIONS, as in shots. Based on information, it is said that in the wee hours Saturday morning, Josh's brother, his name is Clark. Apparently, he was at his house when some men roll up in the wee hours of the morning. Residents said they heard all sorts of loud EXPLOSIONS. Popo were summons. When they got there, they saw Josh's brother laying in a pool of his own BLOOD. They did not pronounce him there. However, when he was taken to the place of recovery, there was to be no sorts of recovery. He was pronounced in the worstest way. Now, people, when you hear stuff like this, it tells you two things. It tells you that a lot of these people do not realize the climate or the culture that they are living in. A lot of these people think that them can tame the streets. A lot of these people overestimate them power and underestimate the enemy. Scarface told you, never underestimate the other guy. I think that is exactly what took place. Now, people, Josh's name has been calling up with the Popo and even gangsters. Specifically, an incident that occurred about July of 2023. Wherein it is said that Josh's mother allegedly was in some sorts of argument with a youth known as Romy. Coincidentally or by ill fate, Romy got blazed up. Based on what was said on the street, Joshi called him and him a diss up Joshi. Cannot validate or verify that. What was also said on the streets, that youth Romy brother that lives overseas, that is used to be one of the Don, probably still is for some section in a GvNMEN. Like me tell you, GvNMEN have different little subsect, different Dons around different corner. It is said that him call Anna THREATEN Joshi, him mother, the whole family, and tell him where him a go do from where him not go do. However, we saw Joshi, and specifically the mother. She did some sorts of interview. There was some sorts of post on social media, and she said, if me and somebody in a problem, everybody would have video. So therefore, nothing no go so. Don't know if she kinda got mad, lost her sense, or she just in a deep denial, or she's just going by the code of conduct on the street. That means don't put it out there. Don't make the Popo deal with it. Whatever problem we have, we deal with the problem in-house. One gangster versus a next. Not to say that Josh's mother is a gangster. However, them feel as if the Popo not to deal with anything. So therefore, they were going to squash it by themselves. After that, we hear say Jahshii had some sorts of party in another place, or a bold place, the marketplace. He was leaving with his entourage. Some people on some sorts of bike blaze up the vehicle with the entourage. About a couple of his people got caught up. Jahshii fortunately take for himself. And people are wonder, then hold on a minute. I saw Jahshii lucky. I saw him friend them or his cronies or his entourage unfortunate. That couple of them get caught up and him being the target. Get where people are say it look like Jahshii under some sorts of guard. It look like Jahshii arms up. However, people, based on information that was learned later on, is that there was an actual licensed firepiece holder. When he heard the commotion, him himself ease up, wheel and pop off, and people, you and I know that most of these gangsters are so-called wanksters. First thing, whenever them hear any sorts of clapback, them are going to take for themselves. They cannot face any sorts of resistance like berries. So therefore, the licensed firepiece holder almost or did save Jahshii's life. He was not as lucky as we thought. It just happened for his own good that somebody was there and defended him before the people couldn't get in or roll down and pop him up a couple of times. Luckily for him. When this incident happened, the Popo said they had Jahshii as a person of interest or they want to do some sorts of question and answer. Jahshii is a successful artist. So therefore, Jahshii went in with his lawyer. They had the question and answer. After that, we not hear Adams after that. So I guess it was squashed under the rug. Couple of months pass. Fast forward, less than 24 hours ago. I guess what they say is true. If them can't catch Quaco, them are going to catch him short. And people, I don't want to hear any sort of popo or anybody tell me say this have nothing to do with those two incidents. This is just a random act of violence against Jahshii's brother, against Jahshii's family. Now, you and I know that there is nothing more important to dancehall fans than street credibility. So therefore, with Jahshii's name calling upon all sorts of controversial buffoonery, meaning people in an argument with the mother, and then the person end up DEAD, coincidentally or unfortunately, people are going to say, it look like Jahshii a really gangster. However, when we see that Jahshii's family and the brother obviously was still living there, don't know if his mother still lived there, still felt comfortable, still felt as if all is well, everything good, everything cook, everything curry. Me have to ask the question, then hold on a minute. If me not live there, so, and that was me, that was my family, and me, I just a regular blogger, and me know say, me supposed to take for myself once my family member in any sorts of controversy, any sorts of conflict with any sorts of Don, wherein the Don that is not affiliated with me, a different sect from me, send out all sorts of THREATS, whether a true, whether a rumor. The fact that it is going around should make you put up some sorts of alert, some sorts of red flag. You shouldn't read the notice board, you shouldn't get the memo. So maybe this is not such a safe place for me. As it pertains to Jahshii, who is probably the motive for his brother, probably being the operative word because me never did it. I was not a part of the planning process, so therefore, me don't know what them go for him for. It could be something different other than the Jahshii incidents. However, I doubt it. Me hear said Jahshii mother move out for a little while. Don't know if she went back. I heard that Jahshii over here so, over there so. Like me say, him street credibility turn up, so therefore his bookings also turn up. So therefore he was away most of the time, whether it is because of touring or whether him just a say for precautionary measures, make sure I take for myself. My point is this. The person that is the actual target always seems to keep away from all of the conflict. However, it is usually the family members, directly or indirectly, is links that always get taken out, always get hurt, because the target always have the money to take for himself, him have the resources, him have the common sense to know, say, maybe they might not do this to my mother or do this to my brother. People, I guess he would have been wrong. If what we think makes sense, and this is because them can't catch Quaco, so therefore them catch him short. So when you hear of these dancehall artists and them successful, you should take some of that money and you should invest in your family, as in immediate family, as in brother, as in mother. Make sure that when you live uptown or wherever you are and rest in your head and safe, make sure the same exists for your brother and your mother. Well, that brother is gone, so therefore it is a tad bit too late. But me just say, you cannot be singing about the streets, singing as if you are streetwise, and then you make foolish mistake. It seems as if they are probably streetwise, like Gully Bob thought that he was streetwise, and people, we know exactly what happened as it pertains to that. People like me say, this is tragic, this is dancehall, this is Jamaica. What you have to do is face reality. Know your enemies. Know to keep away from your enemies. Never underestimate your enemies and overestimate the power and the clout that you have. These people will not hesitate to take you out, especially when they see that there is some sorts of conflict. And again, before I close, this could be some set of people that know that JAHSHII and some people in all sorts of thing. So therefore, this is the opportune time. So therefore, them just seize the moment and pretty much make him desist from living. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, continuing on the theme of 3 points. The St. Andrew South Popo division is hot again, wherein 2 brothers and a cousin lost their life on a place called Chisholm Avenue. Based on the information, it is said that the 3 persons that are now presently in the afterlife, they are Alex Ricketts, 27-year-old, 30-year-old Henry Ricketts, known as Fata, and 48-year-old Ricardo Henry, known as Rasta. He is the cousin. Based on the information, it is said that at about 1:15 a.m., some men roll up in a yard, dress up like the Popo. However, they were carrying all sorts of A to the R, all sorts of A to the K, 47, all sorts of M16, meaning high-powered rifle. It is said that they went to a house, or a house in the yard. Them take out a couple of people, 2 brothers, the Ricketts brother, and then the cousin, Mr. Henry. They then walk them to a next yard that is said to be the yard of the mother of the 2 brothers. They then open FIRE on all 3 of them, meaning persons were hit multiple times. The Popo was summoned and called. These men were taken to the place of recovery. However, it was too late. Too late was the call. Based on what the Popo is saying, after them interview the residents in the area, the people them a say, well, them have on all sorts of Popo vest, and I say them a Popo. However, the type of artillery that they had would make us believe that they are not actually Popo, and people, they were not. So people, based on the information that is out there, it is said that these men were accused. Don't know if are the 2 brother or the cousin, or because the 2 brother get accused, them also take out the cousin. Everybody in a said yard. It is said that some sorts of tool get missing, so therefore 3 people get missing, sent to the afterlife. People, take my silly advice. If you live in any sort of garrison, it does not matter which one, and you are accused, whether it is wrongfully or justifiably so, These people are not going to stop. These people are going to be relentless. By the hook or the crook, you are going to pay. If you cannot pay, then your family, or probably your family and you, will have to pay. You will have to pay the piper, whether some sorts of card drawn or not. So before your number get drawn and you're raffled to go to the afterlife, it is best if you take for yourself. It is best if you advise your family that maybe we should move, because these people will move us from the land of the living towards the land of the DEAD. As sad and tragic as it sounds. Point blank and period. So anyways people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself.